rolling. All right, guys. Oh.
How you doing, everyone? My name is John. Oh. How you doing, everyone? My name is John Striano. I'm a junior at Rowan University, and today I'm here with Jay Hollywood, the barber, to interview him on his entrepreneurship journey and ask him a couple questions. This assignment is for my entrepreneurship and innovation course. And without further ado, let's get started. How you doing today, Jay?
Good, man. Thanks. I'm excited to return the favor, man. I like seeing your entrepreneur journey, and hopefully this can help you and whoever else along yours.
Of course.
So fire away, man. What you got for me?
Start off, what inspired you to start your business?
I've been a barber now for almost 2 decades, and I think what inspired me to start a business wasn't necessarily money driven. It was when I just enjoyed cutting hair, and over time people would say, you should charge for this, and I'm like, okay. And when I finally took it seriously, 5 turned to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, and I'm like, oh, this is something. This is something I could make a life out of. It wasn't I'm going to sit down, I have a plan. It wasn't any of that. It kind of just happened.
So it was more of a passion thing over money to start.
Yeah, I'm definitely more of a passionate entrepreneur. I looked at the passion before the profit, but also in these last years, wanting to build a life for myself, I had to focus on profits as well.
Awesome. What was the turning point that made you take the leap into entrepreneurship?
I think when I was 17, I had been cutting hair in my basement for a couple of years, and it wasn't really making me a lot of money, but it was making me enough to, go out, have some fun with my friends and things like that. And I had gotten a job at Pizza Hut, and I remember I was a delivery driver, and I was able to make tips too, so I was able to make a little more than everybody else working there. But I remember I'd only brought home $300 something for the week, and it was fun for the first few months. But then I'm like, wait, I couldn't afford a car payment at the time. Like, I was just like, how do people live lives off this? And when I went on like a journey for myself, I'm like, wait a minute, I make like a couple $100 cutting hair only in a certain amount of time. So in a sense, that's what made me kind of realize my time was more valuable to myself than it was to somebody else.
Gotcha. That's some good stuff right there. What were the biggest challenges you faced when starting, and how did you overcome them?
The hardest thing is nobody believes you're going to do it.
I get that.
You have a vision, and to get other people to believe the vision is the hardest thing in the world, because I'm going to say, and I could be off with my numbers here, but 1 out of 10 people will try business or try entrepreneurship. 1 out of those 10 might figure it out. And 1 out of those 10 might actually produce a life out of it. And 1 out of those 10 may become astronomically successful.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I do. I always hear a lot that there's millions of people that have ideas and have aspirations, but little to none actually take action and do whatever they say they're going to do.
Yeah, and even with action comes a slew of crazy circumstances that may stop you. It could be a family issue. It could be you ran out of money. It could be your producer overseas can't get you your product anymore because their factory shut down, and you've been operating for 10 years. Like, wait, what do I do now? Entrepreneurship is such a challenge. It's definitely not the everyday norm, and even people that try to make $1 on their own, let's say they don't want to be entrepreneurs, they just want to make $1, a little bit more. They even see how hard that is. When you're not doing a side job and you're actually trying to generate income, dude, people find out really fast how hard that is.
Yeah.
And that's why most give up.
For sure.
Frank, relax. The dog's over here trying to get played with the ball. He doesn't understand we got something going on right now.
All right, I got 2 for 1.
Okay.
How did you fund your business in the early stages, and what are some of the key decisions that helped your business grow?
Okay. I never really had I funded myself. I don't think I actually had money to spend for years. You know, every time I would make 20 bucks, like, okay, you make the 20, it's like that 20 has to turn to 40 somehow. So I guess for myself, I can't speak for anybody else, but I funded myself. Like if I made money, I put it right back in. If I made money, I put it right back in. And sometimes it was investing in being able to go to different places to meet new people or go on vacations and have a new perspective. Like everything was a reinvestment.
And experiences and knowledge.
Wisdom.
Got it. And then any key decisions that helped your business grow?
Investing in it.
Okay.
Yeah, because the way I'll kind of put it is, if I didn't, they say like, don't be stupid with your money, and they will say, oh, this person does this and this person does that. In this 20 years I've done this, I truly believe now that everything I ever paid for, vacations, even in the casino losing money, like you're there living life and living whatever life you seem to want to attract at the time. If you want to learn something about life, sometimes like when you're in entrepreneurship, you can actually make enough money to not just assume the experience. You get to have the experience.
Yes.
And that's sometimes where you have a million people again telling you, oh, well, you can't do this or this doesn't make sense. And it's like, because you don't know the perspective.
You don't get it.
Yeah, you've never experienced it, you only assume it. So going back to what you said, the hardest part about entrepreneurship is when you're actually experiencing these things and your mind is changing, you're like, wait a minute, I've thought this way for years, this is wrong. You see it from a new angle, and it's like the people that aren't living your life, they're just like, they're still in the same perspective. They're running the hamster wheel, and it's like, you're coming into it with new information, and it's like, well, what is it? No, it's just not right. It's like, it is. It's like, again, it becomes a hard part. Like, go ahead, I'm ranting.
No one will ever understand it besides you.
Nah.
That's what I'm getting from that.
Pretty much.
What are the most important lessons you learned through your journey as an entrepreneur?
Be good to people. Like be good to people. Be good at what you do. Like put effort into it. I think if you put effort into anything, you're gonna prosper. And if you can get through to being good to people themselves, like if you provide a service, give them a good service. If you're not in a good mood that day, that's literally not their problem. Like that's your problem. You have to figure out that day to make sure you're still giving these people what they are paying for. People take their time out to work, they get paid with their hard-earned dollars, they spend it with you. So you give them everything that they spend for.
Give them something to remember.
Yeah, everything, whether it's the conversation, the product, people say don't discount people. It's like, no, they take care of people. And like that's what's made me thrive in my business. I thrive because I took care of people and they take care of me back in the areas that they can provide.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Got it. So this is a good one. If you could go back and change anything, what would you do differently?
I wouldn't have gone to college. Sad to say. If anything, but going to college allowed me to understand I was meant for entrepreneurship and that was my path. So I would say I wish I wouldn't have spent so much time in college and so much mental preparation for it and high expectation for it and being pushed in that direction, because I don't believe everybody's built for that.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. What advice would you give to someone trying to start their own business today?
Be obsessed.
Obsessed with whatever it is.
Yeah. If you're not obsessed, you'll only get so far. Obsession is going to take you where your mind has the vision for. Like, your vision's always going to be grander than the reality.
Yeah.
So,
definitely.
If you're obsessed, you'll get further than the person who only has the first reality of it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, totally for that. How do you stay ahead of trends in your industry, especially in 2024?
I'm very lucky. I'm in the barber business, so I have fathers at 40 and their sons at 15. So I know
Wide market.
Yeah, so I get to service everybody, all ages. So it's just weird. My trend that I still enjoy and the new trends that are coming up, very interesting. Not personally my style, but I can respect that my trends were not, the generations before style. So
Yeah.
it's interesting.
What role has innovation played in the growth of your business? I know we talked about this earlier, but if you could give me anything on this one.
Yeah, the business has innovated so much. I mean, from a mechanical aspect and physical aspect, the clippers are getting better. They're faster. They're wireless. You can interchange the blades better, so it definitely helps you with speed. I'm a big fan of speed, and making sure you do the best at the best time. But in this business for barbering, social media has grown.
Oh my God, I'm sure.
Yeah, it took me 5 years to acquire a clientele on the ground, in buildings, talking to people. I think social media can almost hit the nitrous button on a business.
Zoom.
Yeah, it can get you out there, especially I used to have a thing where I would buy somebody a shot at the bar for $5 per conversation. People would think I was dumb for that, but I'm like, no, because if that person comes in the shop and they pay $20 a haircut, I technically have 4 shots and 4 conversations to get one person in the door. And that's the break even, so I never spent money. Now you can put your ad and promoting into these social media sites and say, hey, I want my post of my work to reach this many people. And it's like, hey, you have that opportunity now. You don't have to go face to face and maybe be in situations you don't want to be in if all you want to do is grow your business.
Got it.
Wait, can I
Yeah, go ahead.
jump in real quick?
Go ahead.
It just clicked to me for a second. I guess that's something, if I could understand how to do business better, and something I would have done differently was find a way to keep my business to my business. When I was growing my clientele, I was growing the clientele of people that I really built relationships with. And after a while, I had built a book of over 500 people. So that's a lot of people that are in my head, and sometimes prioritizing that is very, very difficult. And sometimes I never knew when to cut off business and actually just, sometimes be a friend, or go from being like, okay, this isn't the barbershop, but, what do you need? But still being the barber that they come to see for the service they're asking for. So it's a lot, I would definitely say that to people. As you're building relationships, be very cautious as to how far you let them go. How deep you get into them, and just where your boundaries are with people and yourself.
Got it. All right. So talking about the future, where do you see your business in the next 5 to 10 years?
Private.
Private.
I'm already private, and I want to stay private. I'm not necessarily somebody that wants to grow and grow and grow and grow something so crazy. I'm looking to grow multiple aspects of my life, and I think that's a part of entrepreneurship you can do. It's like, hey, I don't even want to make this amount of money. It's going to be able to give me some savings, be able to invest, be able to grow a family, have a home, maybe a pet or two, whatever. But when you find that number and you find the safety nest, it's like, okay, I have to make X amount. Let's just say that X amount is $200,000. It's like, I don't know too many people just giving out a $200K salary. I think that's top 1 or 2% of people in the country. So at the end of the day, entrepreneurship seems like this is the only way for you to get everything that you want.
Out of it, yeah.
Yeah, it gives you the best opportunity, and if not, if you don't make it, it's like, it's okay. Like, it's really hard.
What do you believe is the future of entrepreneurship, not just for you, but in a broad, general topic?
Oh man, I think they're the creators of the world. From small levels to big levels. You got Amazon go from something so small to worldwide, and you got somebody like me who, I don't create a worldwide ripple in the world, but all the people locally that come to me, like, we're changing lives every day. So I think entrepreneurs are what drive, not to say it like this, but I think entrepreneurs drive the matrix. That's like anybody that just wants to just sit in life and enjoy it, it's like, it's okay. Like, there's people that create and there's people that consume. And I think a majority of people consume because either they don't have means to create, they don't know how to create, or they don't have the resources. And again, it's the problem with entrepreneurship. The dog is really upset today. But yeah, I think that's the problem with people in entrepreneurship. Like, you have to go out and go get those things. You cannot rely on anybody because, as we said earlier, only
Just you.
yeah. Even if you got look, I have entrepreneur friends. We're in a network of entrepreneurs, and even then, like, some of our problems can't be facilitated. We still have to find another resource, another person, another network. It's like, yeah, we need to find this. It's like none of our friends have it, so how are we gonna get it? You know?
Mm-hmm.
So that becomes very, very difficult. Hold on 1 second.
Right.
Stop. Stop. Sit down. Go ahead, continue. I'll cut that.
So now I got personal.
Oh, wait a minute. That's why. Hold on. Really? That's it? That's why? Dude, come on, man. It's got it. 3, 2, 1.
So now I'm going to go into the personal reflection, which will wrap up this interview. 3 simple questions. How do you balance work and personal life as an entrepreneur?
I don't.
You don't.
I've gotten better at it over the years. I think at this level. So, but I'm going to cut this part out. Frank just went on a whining tear, so.
Why?
Because of the ball.
Where is it?
He has it now. So.
How are
Go
you?
ahead, how are you?
We're actually almost done. Can you just take him in the bedroom real quick? Maybe we should be done in less than
5 minutes.
You guys want some candy afterwards?
Sure. Absolutely.
Come on. Are they doing anything right now?
I can just hear the scuffling.
Okay, 1 second. Let me grab a snack. I'm like starving. I just need something. Okay, come on guys, let's go. Come on. Let's go, come on. Frank, come
How
on.
you doing?
Come on guys. Come on.
Look at him scary away. They're like little, Frank's coming.
Frank, come on. Yeah.
Stressful sometimes. Good.
Alright. So now I'm going to get into the personal reflection part of the interview, which will essentially wrap this whole thing up. How do you balance work and personal life as an entrepreneur?
I've gotten better at it over the years, but I don't think it's easy to do so. I don't think you can have balance. You know, it's tough. If you want to make a lot of money, until you figure out that algorithm problem so well that you can just make money without really doing much. But not many people I know in business or entrepreneurship don't have some type of hands-on or thing they need to do with their business. So the more time you put in, you make more money. But then when you need time off to go focus on the family, now it's not making as much money. You're not on site.
Yeah.
So the balance is, and I guess this is a lot of the entrepreneur friends that I have, they're trying to work themselves now as most efficiently as they can and as quickly as they can to get to a number where when they reach the certain points of life that kind of take us over later on in our years, our mortgage, our cars, our investment portfolios, like all these things, like they're investing in that stuff now. They're getting it now, they're getting it done.
Setting themselves up for the future.
Yeah, and we're men, so at the end of the day, our timeline for life is a little bit longer than a woman's for the most part. So I do believe a lot of people try to, rush into a lot of things. And if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you can't really rush. It's going to take time, a lot of time. And hey, I have nothing against people that strike gold, because there's the guy out there, I did this in so-and-so time. It's like, that's awesome. Like, as an entrepreneur, I salute it. But the statistical part of it, it's like you're one of a million.
Yeah.
Like the guy that hits the one stock and he happened to have $100,000 on it. It's like those people got $5,000 on something. Guy had 100. It's like we're happy for him. Like he hit it big. But it's like that's not common.
It's not norm. Yeah, it's not normal.
Yeah, there's no more like, oh, that was a coincidence. In business, you know exactly why something happens.
Mhm.
And again, the business mindset, entrepreneurship, is very scary to people that aren't in it because you have to think almost like so obscure to what your regular mindset makes you think about in a given day. You go to a 9 to 5, think of it this way. You don't get to think about your problems until that time is over. An entrepreneur wakes up, they got 24 hours of the day to think or do or act whatever they want to do. You know what I mean?
I get that fully. Yeah, it's good.
Smart.
It's good stuff. What qualities do you believe are essential for success in entrepreneurship?
Obsession. I think obsession beats passion, but if you have passion, it makes it 10 times easier. Like I've had clippers in my hands for 20 years. And some people can't do anything for a year. Like, so for me, the passion helped me because sometimes I don't really like business. I don't like entrepreneurship. Sometimes I'd like to just take my brain and put it back into the matrix and not realize the things that I've realized along this journey. A lot of things you realize about business, yourself, people. Like you don't know what you are until you're tempted with it. And if you go into an entrepreneur journey, there becomes no limits anymore. It's whatever you choose to stop doing as opposed to what you can't do.
Got it.
You know?
I got you. And our last question of the day, what keeps you motivated during tough times?
The vision. It's the vision. Like you see something, you want it, and you truly believe it. So if you really believe something, like you'll wait it out. Like you'll toughen it out. I've hit big investments because I just waited. And that's something for entrepreneurship, patience.
Patience, I was just going to say, patience.
Super amount of patience. Everybody's going to laugh at you the first year, and they'll forget about you year 2. It's year 5, and it's like you have everything you've ever wanted. And it's like some people it's year 10, some 15. I got everything I wanted in my head when I was 25 years old. Like, egotistically, the young man's version of what I wanted, I had it all by 25. I had money, dope car, was in clubs, partying, gambling. I had, a crazy lifestyle. And now that I'm 35, it's like, now my level of success has changed. So now my challenge level has changed. I'm looking for something that challenges me now because when you breach the first level of just doing your own business, it's like you don't actually necessarily do better than some people that have a job. You might just be making 30, 40 G's a year. So you got to break that tier. It's like, yo, can I get to 100? Can I get to 150? Can I actually make all the stress I go through worth it to say, damn, thank God I didn't take that route. Like you break through. Like when you break through, I think is where most entrepreneurs make that choice where it's like, nah, this is it.
Yeah.
Like I get this now. I know how to do it. Nobody's going to take this understanding and experience I have. Like now I know. The rest of the world, like 90% of the world, will never get this understanding because they never crack that challenge to do so. And once you have it, you'll never let go.
Take it and run with it.
Yeah. As far as you can go.
Yeah.
You can always go back. That's the best part. Entrepreneurship is a journey you take as long as you want. Like you could be on it for 5 years, you could be on it for 2 years, you could be on it for 20 years. You could step off and be like, yo, I've been running this for a long time. It's not working out. I'm even mentally clear. I went and got a job at so-and-so for 25 an hour and just for a year just live normal. And then I said, yo, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah. Always go back, always, take risks, and you always kind of have another area or field to work on if it doesn't work out the first time.
Yeah. And what you gain as an entrepreneur in your head and the experiences and the understanding, you'll outshine anybody in any situation that's at a regular position. You'll go in there and go, I'm fixing 6 problems in my head because I'm used to doing this stuff for myself. So, even having that skill set to fix problems is something 90% of the world don't do. They fix only the problems that directly affect them. Entrepreneurship is a grander goal. It's a grander vision. It's like, I want you to benefit. Like, I can go into the shop, cut your hair, I can take the money, and then it's like, all right, cool. Instead, it's what are you doing? You're working on this business. I want you to thrive.
Mm-hmm.
And then here you're in an entrepreneur class, and it's like, okay, like whether I can make an impact or not, like a part is growing. How far it chooses to grow, that's not really
Out of our
like,
control, yeah.
yeah, but I'll plant 1,000,000 seeds in this world. You know, if 12 trees grow, it's better than 0.
That's true.
And that's entrepreneurship. Like you're gambling, you're looking for a parlay. Like it's like all these things are gonna go right, and I'm gonna hit here. And it's like there's nothing wrong with taking the cash out here and there. Yeah, I got this far. I don't know if those last 2 legs are gonna hit. Like that's a big leg.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it hits in the first minute, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
And that's life. That's entrepreneurship. You actually take the risk to figure that out. Is it really that hard, or do you just think it's hard because you've just never done it?
Mm-hmm.
And then you do it, and like, what? That's it? That's it? That's how you make 100 grand? Yeah. Why didn't I do this 10 years ago? It's like, this conversation happened right now. And that's it. Opportunities. That's another, opportunities. Everything in entrepreneurship is an opportunity. Everything. Yeah, you wake up in the morning, opportunity. Your mirror's dirty, it's an opportunity to clean it. If you just want to brush your teeth and walk out, fine. You know, you want to put on the red shirt or the green shirt, all right, you're going into a place where everybody hates red. Don't wear red. It's an opportunity to wear green and shine.
So opportunity.
Yeah, be the best you can be. That's entrepreneurship. If you're not willing to be obsessed with being the best in what you can do, not the best amongst most people, because I think it's dumb to try to compare yourself to somebody unless they're your direct competition.
Mm-hmm.
That is it. If you are not direct competition, I do not care what you do. I'm here to support. Doesn't matter. Direct competition, I don't have much because, like I said, I'm private. But I mean, that's it, man.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming out today and giving me some knowledgeable insight. And that's going to conclude the interview today. Thank you for listening.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Gonna have this posted up soon. You wanna go into one more, the one we talked about, real quick?
Sure.
What can somebody do today at your age? And how about this? I'll cut that part out. I'll chop it and put it into this, and then I'll put the end out. All right. Ask that question.
So just one last question I have to ask Jay. Me as a young college student, don't really know where I want to go in the future. A young entrepreneur, what could I do today to kind of start my entrepreneur journey and, you know, figure out what I really want to do and how to do it and the steps I need to take to get there?
I think the first step to anybody in your stage, if I could go back to when I was in that stage, it's just meet as many people as possible when you have something you can provide. So everybody wants to meet people, but just have no value. You know, when you've understood your value and what you can bring to somebody, you know, there's benefit to that. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if it's transactional, you know, but meeting people is the first thing. Having something to provide for them and value for yourself, that's another thing. Third thing, save your money enough to where if you have to pay for an experience to grow yourself in a business, you can pay for it and still have money left over for the next experience. You know, I don't believe in money chasing. You know, like you always need to have some type of an investment so that you can continue to grow. Some people think it's save your money and do this. Like, no, spend your money when it makes sense. And at your age, you know, when money's not in a plethora and you don't have a big millionaire's bag of it, you know, you can't take certain risks. It's like, okay, is the party worth going to tonight? I don't know. Only this is going on at the party. We're not growing. And that's entrepreneurship. Like, do you have fun that day, or do you go, all right, even at $20, $30 I was going to spend that night to go to the party, it's like, I'm going to go buy like a portion of a Bitcoin real quick. And it's like, we would have forgot about that $30 we drank away. Well, I bought the Bitcoin. I bought the stock. Like, I bought these things, and that was it. And then next thing you know, those things are a plethora now. They have grown as I have grown, you know. I think as entrepreneurs, we're like stocks. We start in the ground level.
Go up and down and up and down.
Oh yeah, and I've crashed multiple times trying to make a big move, and it's great. Because now I'm starting off from scratch with the mindset that I had to build up. So now any inconsistencies that were in my plan that made me crash, all right, good. Now I know.
You learn from the failures. You learn from the mistakes.
So what does that mean at the very end? You just can't quit.
Can't quit.
That's it.
No quit.
Guys, thank you so much. Oh wait, no, we're cutting that, so I'll fit that in. All right, cool. Dude,
Alright,
awesome,
there we go.
man.
Let's go.
Sweet.
Let's go.
When do you need this by?